Hey guys, I'm here. I'm just rebooting and bringing back up my computer screen in the Word document, so give me just a second more while y'all visit and talk. I'm so sorry about all these issues I've been having the last few weeks. I swear we've been really trying to fix our stream here. You can probably already see some changes in the chat that we did last night. We were trying to make it to where y'all could view it a little easier, that the font was easier. I don't know if that's helpful or not. Where am I at? Yep, I don't need that. I can close that. And open that. Chloe, my cat just got that furry, wild look in her eyes. Okay, and then I need Word document open. Just a second more. Bringing up the Word document. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. This is not correct though. Hold on. Okay, I need to hit Alt Control Shift, and this will make this better, right? Sorta. No. No. That, and then there we go. Filling up the screen, making it look better. All right. Did all the chat show up, or is that just part of the chat? It's weird. All right, let's see. Hey, Go-Kart. Let's see, are you guys hearing me? Can y'all hear me and see the screen? Please let me know if you can hear me and see the screen. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome. And when Twinkle and I talk, it will be highlighted. The font will be highlighted in bolder print for some reason. Yay. Hey, Go-Kart. Hey, Holly. Hey, Anna. Hey, Rosalie. Hey, Trina. Renee is studying for her COC. Brooke is scheduled for the 22nd. That's coming up really soon. You got dinner going? That was yesterday too, September 30th. You currently have your CCA and you've been coding for 5 years. Awesome. I used to work at, I did some contract work on the side several years back, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, for a home health agency in Las Vegas that did not pass their CHAPS audit, and they needed some help. So I contract on the side and came in and fixed their systems and made them to where they were able to pass their audit. Well, my oldest ended up working for them also as a courier. So he would drive around town picking up medical records and getting them signed by the physicians, because if you know anything about OASISs or things that they turn into Medicare for payment, they have to have original signatures and all this other kind of stuff. So he's running all over the city getting MD signatures and stuff. And he worked for them for about a year. And I got a call from the old manager there. She's now a nurse practitioner. She went on to finish that part of her degree. And she's got somebody who's not certified who is giving her coding information from the company she works for now, that what they're supposed to be coding for telehealth medicine for home health visits right now. And the list included 99201. And she's like, is this right? I knew you'd know. So it was really neat to catch up with her today, or yesterday, last night. But I have a feeling that she is now a practitioner, so she's a nurse practitioner. She's going to be probably striking out on her own to do her own thing, and we'll need a medical coder. And she's probably pretty okay with anybody working remote, so I told her to make sure we get somebody that's certified. And so if anybody is in maybe the Las Vegas area, doesn't really have to be Las Vegas area, but, you know, I used to go in once a week to help them out with the fixing their CHAP audits, but only randomly when I needed to do some training for their staff. But she's a great little person, so if anybody is around the Las Vegas area, I know somebody who needs some help. And I can't be there for her like I used to be, but I can definitely help out in the interim till we find somebody permanently. You can do it. Yay. It doesn't matter if it's your 14th attempt or your first attempt. It's going to be great. Just put it out there in the universe that you've already passed. This is when you are passing, and you've got a little bird on your shoulder helping you out. Just keep me in mind when you're there. Can you please remind the hospitals we can try to look for jobs? The university in Ohio, and I know it sounds like a college, but it's not. It's called the university, hires remote 100%, even people that have not passed their CPCs. But they do give you a deadline that you have to pass your CPC within 90 days of hire, and they mean 90 days. They don't mean 91 days. So you can start out at the university. There's lots of places, ambulance services, outpatient services, Google, Amazon has gotten into the medical field. They're opening up minute clinics all over the place, remote ones too. They are opening a pharmacy line where they ship prescriptions 90 days, and they need coders. Don't forget about EHR companies. Even AI developers EHR companies need medical coders to audit their systems to make sure they have the right code, link into the right diagnoses and things. Because I do contract work for a lot of those people too. Home health agencies, of course, are a great way to get your foot in the door if you don't have any medical coding experience. They often hire even nursing staff that has no experience at all. It's where a lot of people get their first foot in the door for anything medical. Don't forget about flight care places, people that have helicopters that fly patients all over the place. They need people that are coders. There are magazines and internet certifications. AAPC hires. They have a job board too. Your local chapter will have local jobs for you too that they're posting. AAPC even hires. Don't forget about NCQA. They hire lots of the CMS. FEMA was hiring recently. And those are all remote jobs too, for the disaster, FEMA, don't forget about human resources and health departments in your local community, county, and don't forget about your local school districts. You'd be surprised. I have a medical assistant and a medical coder both hired at my son's high school. They've asked me to come in and do some teaching for their medical coding course. Your local community college will hire medical coders too, to teach. It's usually per hour rate, so a lot of the afternoon and weekend teachers that teach remotely, even through the colleges, $30 to $40, $50 an hour, and it may only take you 12 hours a week to reply back to online students about their medical coding courses and stuff. There's lots of jobs. Don't forget about CVS, Caremark, all those pharmacies too. They need coders. Radiology departments. Yep. There's lots and lots of remote radiology companies out there because they just need a building and somebody to take the x-ray, but then the films and the radiologist are all remote. Well, all their medical coders are remote too. There used to be a place called Alaska. They were online scheduling appointments for physical locations, but it's like a remote center. It's called Alaska something, but they don't work out of Alaska. I don't know why they have that name. But they have online positions too. I post all the positions that I find that are either don't need a CPC or are a great foothold in a great job that's remote, or any other positions that I see in our Discord group. So be sure and join the Discord group. I think all the exam attempts do expire 1 year from purchase, but you can buy an extension, of course. Yay! She's starting on her CRC. We've got somebody that did pass their CPC last month. Yay! Congratulations. Now she's going to do her CRC. Now all you got to do is update that one book, right?
Okay, I usually don't.
Sorry, guys. You've got to update just the ICD-10 book. So that's the only one we got to worry about. I'm trying to get this to be bigger so I can see what the heck's going on. So you can just move all your notes that you need into your ICD-10 book for your CRC exam, and you'll be all ready for that attempt. I like the AMA book that they have out for CRC. So go to the AMA website where you get your CPT book. They have a CRC book that is super thorough. It's $100 though, but of course, AAPC study guide for CRC and their practice questions will help you along the way. If by chance you have extra money just rolling around, their CRC book is excellent from AMA. It's got more information in there that you need at all for that. And it's got practice exams at the end and case studies, all kinds of stuff in it. Oh, I'm still trying to move stuff around. There we go. I brought up just yesterday's live that I had because I know people were trying to ask me questions. We were having all kinds of trouble, so I couldn't really answer it with all the trouble that was going on yesterday's live. So I have just those questions again. We didn't get very far, maybe 3 or 4 questions in. If I missed your chat, please just re-ask the question if you need it. I'm not sure if I got to everybody's chat. Oh, nice. Working remote, Holly. Good job. It's okay. You can replay the video and you'll be able to hear all those job suggestions again. And don't forget, they're in our Discord group. So if you are around, if you're on the YouTube channel, bring up my YouTube. Because I know you are, because you're here. Up in the top banner of my YouTube channel where it's got the medical coding by Jen, there are those links listed. For our Discord and stuff. Let me see. Can I add? No, I don't want to do that. Cancel. I want to here. Nope, I don't want to do that. I want to add display capture. Nope, that's not going to work. Anyway, I can't display it with the way I've got my system set up right now, but there are links in the top header of the YouTube channel where the Discord's listed there, the AAPC Knowledge Center is there, the TikTok is listed there, and my website is listed there. Hopefully you can see those up in the top banner. You're excited for tomorrow morning's class? Awesome. If you have anything you want me to go over question-wise, and you're going to be in the class tomorrow, because when I get off this live tonight, I am going to be prepping those questions. You can email me at medicalcodingbyjen@gmail.com, screenshots or whatever of the questions that you would like me to go over. If they're on like AAPC's exam A, B, C, D, E, or F, sometimes just telling me the question number isn't helpful because our questions are rearranged in different orders depending on when you bought them. So at least give me the first sentence of the question so that I can go find it for you. If you don't happen to do or know how to do a screenshot and send me the question. But you guys that are going to be, I've got a small group of students who are going to join me in a smaller setting where we'll be doing tougher questions. That's $5 if anybody wants to join in. I think there's still a couple of spots available to get in on that. Just go to my website and go to tutoring, and that's where that's at. All right. So yesterday we were working on this immunization 1, and I don't know if you guys heard a thing I was trying to say, but how we do this is take it one code at a time. Please don't freak out about all this mess back here with all these multiple CPT codes. Look for similarities. That'll help you out a whole bunch. We can look up our differences in these tetanus vaccines. So if you don't want to use the process of looking for similarities and go on and eliminate C and D just because they're different from A and B, and you do want to go through here and you want to make sure you're picking the right answer by looking up each first code, then that's fine. Just remember, you got only 2 minutes per question, so you really need to make sure you can get to each code super fast. You've got muscle memorization. You've been practicing going through your CPT book. You don't have any issues of ever having to Google what page number a certain CPT code is on. You're not having to go into the Discord group and ask, okay, where is the CPT code? You've gotten to be a good expert at finding all these codes because they're all over the place. But we're going to get to 9700. What kind of tetanus vaccine is this one? This one is a DTAP. It says it in the parentheses. Parentheses are always important in the CPT code descriptor. It's what AAPC likes to use. This one is a DTAP. Oh, my handwriting today. RO2 is just a DT, right? Oops, sorry, I meant to move that down 1. So yeah, this is a DT. And then our 14 is also a TD. So we know right away what was ordered was the DTAP. So we can eliminate C and D if you really want to look up every single one. But don't worry about all these other codes back here. Okay, now we've got A and B. Now, the first code is the same, second code, third code. All of the codes are the same. So looking at the codes really aren't going to do you any good. What they're asking is, do you know the placement of the timeses for vaccines? On the 90471 codes, we typically do not do a times on the 71. We do a times on the 72s. It's different for the other set of codes for the counseling, the 906, what is that? 61, 60, what is it? 904, I'm totally wrong. 904, 60. The other two administration codes, 904, 60, and 61, they're opposite. We typically will see a times 3 on the 60 and a times something else on the 61. But typically on the 71, there's no times for that one, and there's timeses for the 72 one. So just looking at these and knowing that particular information will definitely help you out. How many vaccines did we give? We gave DTAP is in 1 syringe, polio is in 1 syringe, and MMR is in another syringe. So knowing that information, plus varicella is in 1 syringe. Knowing that information is super helpful too. That's 4 shots given. This one will take care of the first one, the tetanus, and then this one takes care of the mumps, measles, varicella, and polio. The guidelines associated with how you do the timeses and not timeses and what's going on with those is going to be on page 722. Second column, first thing, it talks about a component, refers to the antigens. That's super important for the 904, 60, and 61. Be sure you know for your exam coming up on the 22nd, the vaccines in your HitPix book for your pneumonia vaccine and flu vaccines, they're HitPix codes for pneumonia and flu for Medicare patients. Just a hint there for that. So lots of explanation here for you. I've done the correct answer, of course, is A. I've done exactly what each code covers and what each administration fee, the 71 and the 72, cover, which vaccines. And then I have some added little tips here for just in case. Your ICD-10, your Medicare, and then don't put any modifiers 51 with these. Where do we find those, Jen? Which ones, Vanessa? I think I'm here with a different name. Vanessa Ward, you're the one that helps me out with contacting AAPC every time they have a ton of AAPC practice questions that are incorrect. Girl, I got a whole bunch of them. I just finished the CEMC course, and the spelling, just the spelling of normal words are so wrong on so many questions throughout the course. I'm like, do I bother if it's just because there's a misspelling of words? There is a concept that's wrong on one of them. They still have, because the course is all on E&M, so they have verbiage from 2021 on some of their exam questions where they tell people to go look for a straightforward answer, and they've gotten rid of that word straightforward. It's no longer in the E&M guidelines. They use minimal and none. So I have one correction that they should correct, but they just have a ton of misspellings. And I'm like, do I be nitpicky or not? I don't know. All right. Same person. Oh, y'all are the same person. Okay. No worries. Oh, good. I'm glad I did answer it. But I'll be whoever you want. Oh, y'all are so sweet. Y'all are so sweet. We got 8 on TikTok watching. All right. How we're going to attack this question? Again, I like to look for my similarities. We've got 2 that start out with the very same CPT code, but if you're chicken, we can go look them all up and make sure we're in the right area. So if we go to our 281s, be sure and get there super fast. You want to get to those codes really fast. Get to know your CPT book. 981, 90. Good. Our 90 is sub-Q. Our 92 is deep. And our 93 is complicated. We'll just do a quick search for our keywords. Now, they might not use the same word that's in the CPT code book. So when you're doing these practice questions, this one's super nice because it does have the word deep in it. But remember, they might just say something else besides deep, like below the dermis. Just beware of that. This one's nice, but also putting your AKA terms for what is classified as deep, or could be a different word for deep, that would be super helpful. But this one you can answer by only looking up those first 3 codes. You don't have to look up any of these diagnoses or anything else. You only have one answer with the one code that says deep. Just pick it and move on. You're going to have to let go of thinking that this exam will be won by being a very good medical coder. You don't need to be a medical coder to take this exam because it's already coded for you. You need to be a very good exam taker. And there are strategies like this. Since each one of the answers are different except for 2, just see what those differences are. And if there's no other way for it to be another answer, great, move on, let it go. I know everybody wants to be a really good medical coder, but that is not the purpose of this exam. You can show off your coding skills once you get a job somewhere. Oh, let me turn off this phone for a minute. Silence. We had somebody attack our Discord group with some spam this morning. Thank you, Twinkle, for handling that for me while I was working away. She's working at her job too and handles our stuff in between her own work. So awesome. All right, what did y'all think about this question? I don't think I got to discuss this one at all. The audio was completely out by this point. So, and then it came back, and then we thought it wasn't back, but there was such a huge delay. I'm hoping the delay is a lot less with this new way we have things set up. All right, 906, 76, and 75. Where are we? 906. We've got, this is a rabies vaccine. What about our 76? That is also a rabies vaccine. What about our 903, 75? Can y'all find the page numbers of where these things are at? They might be all over the place. 903. Rabies, immunoglobulin, and rabies immunoglobulin. Did we give a vaccine or did we give an immunoglobulin? We gave an immunoglobulin. That means these two go away. What's the difference between 75 and 76? One's heat treated. One's not. We gave an RIG, both technically RIGs. One's given intramuscularly, sub-Q. One of them's given, the other one is too. One's heat treated, one is not. This one has the heat. What would you pick? Yep. Perfect. Be sure you know that there's a difference between vaccines and these codes on this page on 721 and 721. These are not vaccines. These are immunoglobulins, recumbent stuff. The 90378 is a good one. It's the Synvisc vaccine. It's not a vaccine, I keep saying that. It's an antibody for premature babies. When they're born, we give them a boost of somebody else's antibodies to help them fight off RSV. So it's not a vaccine, but a lot of people think it is. You're right, Lizzie. It was 90375. Good job. What about this one? Are we in the G codes or are we in the CPT codes? So if I look down here at my question, if I was going to do a G code, I'd be looking for the word Medicare, right? So I can get rid of the G codes because I don't see anything that says Medicare. So what's our difference between our 908 and our 907? Let's go check those out real quick. This one's under psychiatric diagnostic procedures is our 907. Our 908 is going to be under psychotherapy. Did we do a diagnostic procedure that's in the red print on page 732? Or did we do psychotherapy that's on the blue print on page 733? Doing the headers before you do this individual CPT codes is super important skill to learn for the medical coding exam. Everybody just rushes to the CPT code. Well, you're getting rid of half your book that's telling you how to fix this. So, right? So we're under diagnostic interview. The word diagnostic is in that red header. So we know D is our answer for this one. Hey, Angel. Good to see you. Thank y'all for the 400 likes and the share of the live. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Yep, D is your answer. Good job. Does the screen look better? Is the chat easier to read? Does it seem less glitchy than yesterday? RS. When you get time, could you review Podiatry? Yes. Now remember, there are like toenail clipping and other things that are done for Medicare patients that will be in the HipPix book. So be sure and make sure there's not a Medicare patient when you're doing podiatry. And then you're asking about 11055. 110. Huh? 11055. Is that the right codes? 11055. I don't know where. Okay. Yay, thanks, Go Kart. 117. I'm assuming you didn't mean 5-5 and 5-6. Maybe you were meaning 4-4 and 4-7, or no? Maybe the cutting and the pairing. That's just. Yeah, these are lesions. I don't think these have anything to do with the nails. I guess calluses, maybe. Genetic disorders, schema, thickening of the protein, but that's not going to be nails. This is all going to be the 11055s, 5-6, and 5-7 are not going to be nails. They're definitely going to be skin related, but that is podiatry. And then the 11720 and 21 is definitely nails, nail beds. So are we, the 11055 is the side of the foot, side of the toes, the heel, corns, calluses, has nothing to do with nails. And then the 11720 and 21 is debridement of the nails. So we're definitely going to be worried and working on toenails there. And then you've got some, don't forget about the HIPIX code you've got for nail stuff too. Where is my pink highlighter? Because I want to pink highlight code or a word. While we're on page 89 of the 2023 CPT book, be sure and pink highlight the word Luna, L-U-N-U-A. I heard tell that one might be important for your medical coding exam. That's could be important. Oh, go away, Bixby. All right. Yeah, I guess they do a lot of pairing, removing of calluses. I just get a cheese grater to it and take care of it at home. If we needed to. But I put lotion on my feet and then put socks on every morning after the shower. And even being a nurse in the hallways on the floors for decades, from 6 a.m. till 10 p.m. at night, never had a callous one on my feet. I got soft little toes and heels. I might die of lotion poisoning, whatever they put in the chemicals for the lotion, but I've got soft feet. And I don't wear flip-flops or sandals of any sort. Only on very, very, very rare occasions, maybe, but it's not to be romping around in the woods or the beach or anything like that. I wear swimmy shoes for swimmy stuff. You got to live on these feet for 100 years, right? So you got to take care of them. All right, 908s, 31, 32, 34. Let's go look up those. 908. 908. Back here. 32. It's not a code. It's the anatomy picture that's on that page. The Luna is the anatomy word on that page. It's on there, so that's what I pink highlighted, was just the anatomy word. So our difference is 32 and 34. And then our 36 and our 38. Our 36 and 38 both have an E&M evaluation with them, where our 32 and 34 do not have an E&M evaluation with them. Knowing that information, which do you think is the correct answer? Oh, computer, please don't crash. Come on. Hang in there. Did you see my QAB practice exam? I know the chat files flies by. I did not, Erin. I'm sorry. Where am I at, Erin? Yes, I recommend, Leanne, if you can get all 6 practice exam questions, you should. And if that isn't enough for you, they have practice exam questions for, like if you're really bad in E&M, you could get the practice questions for the certification of CEMC, and that's another 50 questions for like $39 for that just do E&M. Now, if you want overall family practice coding questions and you've already purchased practice exams A, B, C, D, E, and F, that's 6 of them, you can buy the practice exam questions for CFPC, that's family practice. It's a micro certification. They have another 50 practice questions with that certification that would be great. They also have one that's a micro certification called CPED, which is great because it's pediatrics and it's just coding, again, family practice stuff and immunizations and stuff. And that one is, they've got another 50 questions there. If you're really bad in cardiology, you could do like CCC. They have 50 practice questions with it. They have one for COC. Some of those questions are billing related and you could skip those, and I'd say maybe, I don't know, they have practice exam questions for COC exams A, B, C, D, E, and F for it also. And I'd say out of all 6 of those practice exams, 25 of the questions would be irrelevant for you, but I found many of the questions that were on my CPC exam were actually in the COC practice exam questions, especially the anatomy and some of the CPT codes. They were the actual questions on my CPC exam. I was pretty mad about that. I was like, if I'd have known that, I would have bought those questions sooner. I mean, if you just got money laying around, they've got practice exam questions that you can buy, tons of them. So, or you can just do them with me here, because I've already purchased them all, and we work through them at my slowly pace. So these two have E&M visits with them, and these two do not. Knowing that will definitely help you with this one. And Anna is correct. That is the right answer. Good job. Try again. Miss Allie B. I think. No, you're right, Allie. You're right. This is the correct answer. Sorry. Yep, and Anna got it right too. Yes, yes, yes. B is correct. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. We've got 2 with the same answer as the 90912, or we have 2 with the 9875. What's our differences between those two codes? Figure that out first, then look through your exam question just for those code differences and see what you think the answer was be. Aaron, oh yeah, I already said that one. I already answered that one. I did not see your practice exam. Here we go. It was about number 25. Remember, Aaron, your question number 25 on AAPC's exam F may be a different question on my exam question for exam F, but I will go look it up real quick because it depends on when I purchased my exam questions and when you purchased yours. Sometimes they're in different orders and sometimes you don't have the same questions. But let's go see that I just wrote. So Aaron's question, the first thing is to note the differences between these two procedures. And what's the first thing we deal with is what I've told you to highlight in the CPT codes. One of them is closed, one of them is open. It clearly states it in the CPT code descriptor. And we know we circle everything that is closed in orange and anything that is open in green. That's the first thing we need to look through this question to see about, is the details of whether this is an open procedure or a closed. They say they're using a scope. Is a scope an open or a closed procedure? A scope is always closed because we're not using our eyeballs to see the body. We're using a camera. So that's a closed procedure. So we know we get rid of this. Looking for whether something's diagnostic or not is usually, don't go looking for things that the question isn't asking you for. My notes tell you whether the procedure is diagnostic or not, of course, but just looking from the CPT code descriptor and what you've got in front of you, if you don't have my notes, you can tell if this is going to be open or closed procedure. That'll help get you down to 50-50. Then you just need to know, did I use QS or not, which is MAC, and pick out your answer. Super quick. Hey, Ibis, how's it going? There is a construction crew outside as we speak. They are putting in fiber optics in our whole neighborhood, and it cannot come fast enough. They've able to show the people on TikTok. They've got these big, huge wheels of these big cables that stand probably 20 feet tall, and they've come through my yard and marked all these little flaggy things and brought all these huge metal cement blocks and dropped them off on my sidewalk, and they've painted the streets in these orange streaks, and they're going to come through, and they're drilling away out in the front. I cannot wait till they get this fiber optics going. I hear it's a lot better, but that will be lovely. Sorry, I was replying to a text message, my child. Are staples for single layer closure considered simple? What do your guidelines tell you? It's still single layer. Let's see. I think the only distinction they're making is whether it is single, right, layer or intermediate or one layer. Derma Blonde is included in our simple. Can they do single layers that are heavily contaminated are considered intermediate? Complex are dealing with the nerves and tendons and foolery. Simple one layer, it doesn't matter how or what we use to repair them, whether it's stitches, glue, staples. We don't have any distinction between those. It's at the doctor's discretion. Some wounds we don't do stitches, we do staples, like in the head. Depends on the skin type. You can't put staples in like senior citizens like you can younger adults because their skin is so paper thin. MAC is not AA. Anesthesiologist performing is AA. MAC is a separate modifier for our QS. So be sure and move all your HipPix modifiers from the HipPix book into your CPT book. It's super handy. I put mine on page 61. I have everything from AA all the way down to 74 listed here, which goes through QZ, G9, G6. There's all kinds of modifiers, so be sure and move those to this area. It helps out a whole bunch. All right. What do you guys think about this one? We've got 2 of them that are 80 and then 2 that are 86. Look up those differences first. Check your question from the bottom up for just the differences that the CPT codes are telling you. That'll help get you down to a 50-50 shot. Then we can worry about the diagnosis differences. Hey, Anointed, good to see you. How's it going? Sorry, B was the answer for that one. There you go. B was the answer. All right. Yeah, sometimes we use staples for single layer. We have a lot of dog bites are done with staples, especially if there's a lot of them. I remember removing like 52 of them from the side of this kid one day, and the table was just full of these little silver shards everywhere. That took forever to remove all of them. And they're all single layer. I do them 2 hours each time I try. And then I had been doing them Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Right now, I think I'm trying for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. I also do random lives on TikTok on the weekends, Friday nights, Saturday night, or Sunday, whenever I can and I'm home. We have a convention to go to in October. We are going to be going to a DOTA convention around the 18th of October and coming back on Halloween. Really? No, we're coming back on the 24th, 18th through the 24th. So those 2 weeks will be disrupted with Seattle content, skipping school and going to Seattle with the boys. You got it, Anointed. They are. I saw somebody who wrote on YouTube, no, Facebook, yesterday that she had my notes and 50 questions from her exam were in my notes. I was like shocked. I was like, I know I'm good, but I didn't know I was that good. That helped out a whole bunch for her exam. She got an 86, she said. So I do my best to try to find questions that are very much like what could be on the exam. I've bought all of AAPCs, no matter what the certificate is. I've bought ahimas. I've bought examities, exam edges, pocket preps, ahimas, AMAs. I buy them all. Every time I can see or find somebody helping out with their own practice questions, I purchase them and try to help out. I'm trying to make my own questions for you guys too. I do that during the lives too, whenever I can. Hello. Some people have said D, and let's see. We've got ours. You guys. Are correct. Correct. We are going to go D. How do we know? We need to know how many diagnoses are we going to use? Would we use symptoms and an injury or just a symptom code? Patient has a seizure disorder, but it's due to a head injury. Yeah. We need those two diagnoses. That helps out. This one's D. My questions are harder, go-kart. Thank you for all the messages on Discord. I see them. I just don't have time to tap on them and hit reply, but they always make me smile, go-kart. Thank you for the Labor Day best wishes and stuff. All right, what do you guys think here? We've got all of them in 951 area. Either the 2s, the 3s, the 4s, or the 8s. So we'll have to look up our differences between them. Allergy injections. They are the worst. 951. Can you get to the code super fast? Time's a ticking. We got 2 minutes. Single or multiple. Everybody going with D. Times 3. You guys know your allergy injections better than me by now. Y'all are doing good. Good job. What about defibrillators? Are we going to be in the 40s because they're all kind of together? Or is it going to be our outlier in the 20s? Look up your differences first. What do you guys think? Hey, Ramon. There is a better view on YouTube. If you go to Medical Coding by Jen on YouTube, you can see the question a whole lot better. I'm just showing it off on TikTok on a cell phone, so it's really hard with the way my computer is set up here. Maybe, I wonder, I don't know. I got it displayed on two, no, the sun's too bright on that one. Oh. I got two screens going up right now, but the sun's too bright on any of them, I think. Come on, Bixby, go away. It's really hard. C on this one? D. Let's look at our differences. So 936. Where are you guys at? 936. So our 41 is pacing and generator. 42 is converter defibrillator. And our 40 is our threshold. What did we do today? We did threshold. It's the only one that has threshold in the CPT code descriptor. 24 is a follow-up. 40 is a threshold leads. The other word that I have is threshold and leads. 41, my key term is pacing and generator. And 42, my key terms are cardioverter and defibrillator. So anything that says threshold will always be our D. That's a good one. What about these? We've got two of them that are in the 46s. I'd look up those two first, see what my differences are. If I'm not in that area, then I might go to the 41 or the 47. So 4, 6, we're close. 9, 4, 6. Ooh, these are pink highlighted. Oh well, the 9, 4, 6, 40 and 44 are pink highlighted. So they might be codes that are on the exam, but we're supposed to be looking at 9, 4, 6, 6, 7 and 68. What header are we under? Diagnostic pulmonary. This is what you do to a croupy kid. Is you cup your hand like a big cup and you beat the heck out of their chest and back with it cupped. It helps break up stuff in their bronchioles so they can cough it all up and out of there. They usually end up swallowing it and then puke, but if they can spit it out, that'd be great. C is perfect. That is our correct answer. Good job. Good job. What about this one? We've got two of them that are in the 12. And then we've got a 19 or an O2. I'd look up the 12 first. Let's go see what's going on there. 920. 92012. We're under established patient as our header. Is this patient established? Back to C. So that sounds like an established patient. Perfect. What are they doing with the 12? They're doing an examination, an evaluation of a diagnostic treatment program. Intermediate matches. Is this a diagnostic and treatment? Indeed. Are we doing one or two procedures? This has two. These have three. How many procedures did we do? Can also help you eliminate some answers. Did we do 3 procedures here? Did we do just 2 procedures? Technically, we did an evaluation and management and a procedure. So we can get rid of C and D. Then it's just a difference whether you're new patient or established, right? New or established, but we already said our patient was established. So of course B is our answer. Yep. More immunizations. The first thing I like to do in immunizations is find my 71 and 60 codes. If there is 2 answers that do have the administration fee codes for counseling, it's going to have the 60 in it. If it has the 71, that's just an order for a shot. So we'll check our question. Did the doctor order it or did they counsel? They counseled. So that is the super fastest way to get rid of 2 answers during your exam. If it's just an order, they'll have the 71. If they did counseling, they'll have the 60. So quick and easy, just look for that word counseling and get you down to a B and a C answer. Now we're a 50-50 shot of getting this right. How many components did we have in these, that could help us answer because of these differences. Or we can just go look up our difference between these two codes, because this one's the same, this one's the same. The components is a confusing concept, and since we do have a difference between two CPT codes, we can just go look up the CPT codes. That'll make it a lot easier. So 90710 and 90707. 907 10. We have ProQuad. Was that ordered, or was MMR done? Did we do MMR with varicella, or did we do just, that means mumps, measles, rubella, and chickenpox, or was just mumps, measles, and rubella ordered? So it looks like just mumps, measles, and rubella was ordered. No chickenpox was ordered, which is varicella. That means we did not do the 10. Means we only did C. So C is our answer. Now, if you want to do the components and figure out which administration fee is correct here, I have a document on my website at medicalcodingbyjen.com. Go to the shared gallery. There's a pink and baby blue pictures. They're going to give you a list of all the immunization CPT codes, and they're going to tell you how many components are in each vaccine. You'll need to write that in. It's something that you can't get out of the CPT book, but it'll tell you things like this particular vaccine has 2 components in it. This particular vaccine has 3 components in it. This vaccine has 1 component in it. That'll get you a combination of 6 components. You have to take 1 component from each vaccine and give that to the first code, which is 60, to make it times 3, which means you minus from your original components, which means it'll tell you how many times you times the remainder. It's a very fancy and high level of an issue to deal with, but I've got many videos mixed in, not labeled, where I go over all this if you need it. But most of their questions are super simple, and you can figure this out by just knowing whether they did counseling or not, and then seeing which vaccine they gave. You should be okay. Just know that with the 60, more than likely your answer will always be times 3 right here, and then the remainder components will always be just left over here. It's different because the other administration code that ends in 71 usually does not have a times with it, but its add-on code is the one that has the times in it. It's written more in this format, and they're just seeing if you know that difference. That's all. It's only 1 question out of 100. If you do get a vaccine question, it's only 1. They're not going to multiple quiz you on this, but there is a ton of rationale that goes with this one. Y'all can read later and screenshot that. Maybe it'll make a little bit more sense, but I do have a ton of lives where I've gone over all this. Oh, you had paused it, Vanessa. That's bad. When you hit the little button just to view something and sometimes it pauses it. I hate that.
Hello, Queen.
We got TikTok advertisements going on. Hate it. All right. We've got 2 questions with the same answer. Did we do 3 procedures or did we do 1 procedure? What's going on in this code? Let's see if we're in the right area first. What's our 933? What's going on here? 93306. What header are we under? We're under echocardiography. Did we do an echocardiography today? Thank y'all for all the thumbs up, all the shares, all the taps, all the likes. I'm thankful that this thing is working a little bit better today. We still had some glitches. I'll get my IT director back on this today and see if he can't make it even better, because I should be able to open up internet pages and turn on a camera without the computer freezing or pausing the live. So we'll work on that too. Go Cart. Yay. You got gifted by YouTube. I didn't get to pick the winner, but you got gifted another month's worth of YouTube membership. You get access to all of my individual CPT book prep videos, the podcast, and all the old workshops again. I hope that's super helpful for you. Huh? Thank you, YouTube. They picked the winners. What do you guys think? Y'all are thinking A with this one? You would be correct. Good job. Got almost 1,000 likes on TikTok. I miss being on TikTok. All right, we've got 908s. We got 3 of them in the 40s, 1 in the 50s. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go see what's going on with these codes. 908s. What is our differences? Under psychiatry. There are some codes 90839 and 90840. And 49 have been reported as codes possibly currently on the exam. So be sure and know something about these codes. If you guys there's a few of you that are fixing to take your exam, so know something about these. Be sure and read the Psychotherapy for Crisis guidelines a couple of times. It's 3 paragraphs right here on page 734. Could be helpful. Look for practice exam questions that incorporate these codes as possible answers. You can look on Quizlets. You can look in my Discord group. I have a room full of CPC practice exam questions. It's got 2 years worth of people posting questions in there and people working out the answers. Just do a search, because you can on this exam or in Discord for these codes. Find some practice questions. What did they do to the patient today? They did 50 minutes too. Something to consider. Was it group? Was it individual? Those are all things that they... Yeah, something about the sister dying code. Yep, somebody keeps saying that. They've seen that question on their exam. Yep. What do you guys think the answer is? We got C's and B's. We've got B, our 47 for family together conjointly with the patient for 50 minutes. Sounds good to me. Very good. Good job. A few more minutes, guys, and then I got to go get the boys. It's almost 6 o'clock here. All right, we got 925. We're in the 30s or we're in the 40s. Somebody subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. I will do my best to go live again this same time tomorrow. And we're going to have a lesson first thing in the morning at 8:30 in the morning. So if anybody wants to participate on that, y'all let me know. The link to book that is on my website at medicalcodingbyjen.com under tutoring header. All right, we got 925s. Nine, 2, 5, 30. Remember, these codes might be in different locations than where they should be, but you still need to get to them. 41 and 42. Are we under the 30s or are we under the 40s? There's a difference between them. One's without electrical recording, one's with electrical recording. Do we have recording being listed? Do we see anything about electrical recording? I don't, right? See anything? So we'll get rid of C and D because those have recordings. Now it's just a difference between our 34 and 32. Easy peasy, right? Important headers. Yep. Those red, big, bold headers. Don't go to the CPT codes individually and start reading. Remember to look for your headers. 32, 31 are without electrical, and then our 40s are with electrical. Clear that, then you can go to your CPT codes. Yep. Very, very important. You got this. Aaron, Go-Kart, Rosalie, Anointed, all you guys, you've been here. Y'all know IBIS. Y'all know how to work these questions. Y'all are going to do amazing on the exam if you don't forget what we've said. Don't go blank when you're there. That happens. You get so nervous and you go back to your old ways of trying to be a medical coder during the exam. Remember, you're an exam taker for the exam. Take it one step at a time. Are we in the 753 area or are we in the 7-1? Let's go see what's going on with our 7-5s because we got more answers there first. It's just my strategy. Y'all are going to do amazing. I keep thinking anointed is already passed. Patrice, yep. My Texas girl, she's going to pass. So good. Rachel's been here too. Trisha has been here too for the longest. You guys are going to do great. A lot of times too, if we just stack these numbers, like we've got 30, 33, and 35 in numerical order, usually it's not the first one, usually it's not the last one, it's the one in the middle. I don't know. I'd put my faith in D. What do you guys think the answer is? Thank y'all for the super sticker, super chat, and the membership gifts that you guys have done. I know Anointed has given away so much of that kind of stuff too. So I always mean to tell you thank you, Anointed, for all your time and dedication here, plus the free gifts to everybody. Y'all are amazing. Be sure and get them scheduled pretty soon. The scheduling does get bogged down. Everybody waits till the end of the year. I don't know what's going to happen next year as far as having books and notes and in-person things and being able to highlight and be in the exam in person. So that might all be going away. So you want to be sure and try to take a test when we know what to expect. We don't know what to expect for next year. So I suggest getting it done whenever we can. No worries, Erin. This one is D. I'm happy to help out, guys. I just wished the internet and stuff was working like it's supposed to. Stresses me out to have all this stuff prepared and excited to hang out with you guys and then none of it work. But I'm trying. Erin, you got gifted the membership too. Oh, awesome. You take yours at the end of this month. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I got a flash again from the internet. Hopefully this will hang out and be good. Lots of people taking their exam this month. Anna's doing hers on 9/16. 10 more days. You signed up for tomorrow's duck class? Great. If you have any questions, I'm fixing to go prep the questions for tomorrow morning when I get back with the boys. If you've got anything you want me to go over tomorrow, be sure and email me. At gmail.com. You can do screenshots of your questions you'd like me to go over. How did they come up with this answer? That kind of stuff. If there is anything. You want to take it in person? Yeah. Be sure and get you some fat pencils, like architect pencils or construction pencils. They have the fattest leads on them. Don't take any mechanical pencils in. You want something, you don't want to spend all day bubbling. You know, that's going to slow you down. Not just picking the answer. You can't just circle it and move on or just click the correct answer. You're going to have to spend time coloring. So that takes away from your 2 minutes per question. So remember that. Even before I joined the live, like I had it all set up and ready and going, it just completely, and it does this from time to time, it says your computer is, some error has happened and it's going to try to reboot. And then when it tries to reboot, it freezes and says it's run into errors. It's going to try to fix it. I did some pictures for you. So I don't know if it's Windows erroring out or if it's OBS that's crashing the system. But this too also gets hot. Like, you feel it right now? I don't know if that's just me being paranoid, or is that too hot for that? I don't know if that's warm, normal warm, or what. Because sometimes it won't reboot. It keeps saying the error's still there until it cools down. But, you know, leave it to me to mess up a computer super quick. Yeah, I love this question. It's about whether you have 2 physicians or 2 staff members working on a patient or not. So the first thing you're going to do is remember that you've got parent codes to these CPT codes. So some of these are going to be child codes and you don't have the full descriptor. So you need to make sure you go look at the parent codes. And then the differences between those 2 parent codes is whether we have one MD given the sedative dose of drug to the patient and fixing the fractured leg or whatever they're doing to the patient, or do we have one person doing the injection and another physician or person fixing the leg? So do we have 2 or do we have 1? That will get you down to a 50-50 shot answer. Then you can pick out the correct answer. I'm thinking of going to take mine next in person. And first one I did online. I was nervous and the proctor kept interrupting me. Yeah. Oops.
Make sure to move everything around, right?
I didn't move anything. I did not move one thing. Not at all. I did not touch none of this. I was very good. I didn't do anything.
Audio.
I didn't move it.
Everything moved.
I didn't move it. I don't know why. I did not move the audio. I like the audio with the one stream up like where you had it yesterday. I did not move it. When I tried to get onto OBS, it said some of the overlays weren't there, so I closed it, rebooted the thing again. Then I came back on, and it didn't tell me that the overlays weren't there. Let me show off this question, and I'm going to turn off the live because I need to go get the boys anyway, and then you can have the computer.
Trying to make.
It's okay. I'm almost done.
You don't need to read.
I usually just read. Yeah, I just read it from right here. But here's y'all the answer. C is your answer for this one. It is 6 o'clock. I got to go get those boys. I will be back same time as today to do the live. Congratulations to the winners. I'll see you first thing in the morning for those who are participating in the class at 8:30. And I will see you tomorrow at the same time, and we'll do a bunch more questions. I hope this was super helpful, and I will see y'all all day tomorrow. Good night, guys.